This is day one of walking. You know, this is a nice neighborhood. Makes it easy to go on these hour-long walks. You know, the health benefits of walking go beyond physical. Improves your mental state. That's the reason I'm making this video. And you become better at acknowledging your surroundings. I would say it improves your eyesight too. Because when you're on your phone all day, your iris is always contracting. Like your biceps are always contracting at the top. But when you look around and look at the clouds, you give your eyes a moment to relax, a moment to stretch out. Now, I'm walking for the next how many ever days. I don't know when I'll stop, but the goal is to get under 150 pounds for the first time in years. I'm not fat, not obese, but my face was a little puffy this semester. And looking back at these pictures I took on my graduation and just feeling overall, there were signs that I needed to drop weight. For example, I was in a rec league for basketball, and when I was playing with these other guys, I was losing my breath quicker than I thought. And it could have been the shoes I was wearing, because I wasn't wearing basketball shoes, but I didn't feel like I had the advantage. I felt like I was reacting the whole time instead of the driving force. So that is one reason why I'm walking, is to be more in shape. And aesthetically speaking, I think that's the number one factor. Just trying to slim down a bit and see how my body reacts to losing this weight. It's a beautiful neighborhood. I usually have a walking partner, but this morning they are sleeping in. So to me, today it's just me, but with the camera. This arm is getting tired. It's a nice little hat. In fact, this hat that I'm wearing, Zacatecas. I'm getting this hat for my dad as a Christmas gift. The design that he has, I liked it more than the one I have. And because of that reason, I'm gonna give him the better hat that I think is better in my opinion, you know? Man, even talking during these videos, I kind of get out of breath and I'm just walking. See, I definitely need to go on this walk, improve my cardiovascular. Now it's gonna be kind of weird doing these videos while there's people outside, but I don't give a fuck. I've never recorded outside like this, but it's much better than being inside and recording at an office. Well, by the time you consistently watch these walking videos, if you decide to stick around, you'll know my path that I take to the gym. In fact, that's where we're going. We're going to the gym. This is how the routine is. We are walking every morning to the gym, and then walking back. And it'll be a total of 3 hours of work. So it's steps, calisthenics with weights, and then walking. And let me get into some of the benefits that you haven't seen on YouTube from just walking. I am learning my town and new places I've never even acknowledged when I drive by them. You know, in the car, it takes me about 7 minutes to get to the gym. but it's kind of depressing. You just take the same route and it doesn't feel good. You go into the gym, you take the Stairmaster, or you get on the treadmill. You waste like 10 minutes warming up there before you hit your weights. And, you know, it's monotonous. So instead, man, that dog wants to get me. Instead, I'm gonna walk to the gym, and by the time I get to the gym, I will be warmed up and I don't spend any time on the treadmill. I just jump straight to the weights and get going. Another benefit that I noticed is I have more quality time with my family or my partner, walking, whoever that is that day. You know, whoever I bring on during these walks, we just get to enjoy each other's company. Like a week ago, I took my grandma out walking on this route. She even told me how it was back in the day when she lived on a farm and had 8 kids. Yeah, 8. But one passed away, you know? It's like, wow. People telling you about back in the day. Interesting. All right, let's switch arms. You know, if I keep this series up, I'm gonna have the most massive shoulders. Because this is a shoulder workout, just holding up this phone. You know, when you're recording a video like this, you feel like you have the obligation to talk in every second, but I think it's better to have some silent moments and just walk. Well, for starters, I'm glad I am walking during the work week because it makes it easier to get adjusted to this type of style format, because you don't have any neighbors asking you what you're doing. Not like they would ask, but I'm sure eventually I'll come across somebody who's gonna ask why I'm recording them when I'm really recording me. But who cares? Speaking of which, there's a lot of nice trucks here. I need to buy a truck before this year ends because I need to use it as a tax write-off for the lawn care thing I got. If I don't get it, I'm gonna pay a lot in taxes like I did last year. So I'm looking to get a Chevy or a Dodge, at least 2010, $10,000 to $15,000, and I think with that price range, I'll hardly pay any taxes. Well, I'll pay much less taxes. If not, maybe consider it a loss for the year, which I doubt, but I still need to get a truck regardless of the deductions, because if we want to grow this lawn care thing like it grew this year, next year we'll need 2 trucks to get to the places we want to be. I'm not sure how long I'll make this video, but I'm gonna just keep recording until I feel like I've said everything I need to say. Well, yeah, so we're gonna walk every day, get to that goal weight, because I want to look good. What was that thing? American Psycho. You could always be slimmer, you could always be fitter. That's the agenda or motivation behind this walking. Just to see how much muscle I built under all this fat that I accumulated this year. So we're just walking for your health. And this is not the only walk I'm gonna do today. In fact, once I come back, we're gonna do a shorter walk and bring my dogs this time around because they need a walk. Recently, on these these walks that I've been doing, I've been listening to an audiobook, 48 Laws of Power. And just with this video alone, I'm breaking one of the rules, which is say less than what you need to say. Oh, what was it again? The point is, you need to say what you need to say and don't say more. But this is a video, so I think this is an exception. Anyways, we're walking. Every step is going to help us get to that goal weight, improve our heart. And also, this is not a habit that I probably won't be able to do this whole year. I probably can adjust to it. Well, include it in my everyday routine. But right now, this is my vacation time of the year. Because from early spring to basically November, I'm working almost every single day of the week, doing some type of outside work for a client. And it's interesting because during that time when I'm working, I just want to sit back and relax, go on a vacation, just go do other things other than work. But now that I'm on this vacation thing, and it's been about 2 weeks since I've really been on a vacation, hardly any work that I've accepted, maybe like a little project here and there, just fill in the time. But it kind of gets it sucks in a way. I see why people don't like retirement, because first 2 days you feel great, your body's recovering, your mind is letting go of all the stresses that you had to deal with during your business or your job. But once you get over that little 2-day, 3-day recovery, you're ready to go. And your mind is actively looking to do something, to be engaged. Otherwise, it's idle time is what's the word? Miserable. And that's I think that's the biggest reason I started doing this too, besides the aesthetics, is, if I drive to the gym, work out for my hour, and then drive back, well, the best part of my day is gone. But with that routine that I was doing, driving to the gym and driving back, I wasn't at the physique I wanted to be. Before I started this, I was 16% body fat. We'll just wait to pass these dogs. When I started this, I was like around 16 to 17% body fat. Had my abs, I could see my muscles, but they weren't popping like I wanted them to be. And I looked up what's the best way to get shredded. And usually I would do HIIT workouts, but HIIT workouts, with the way I was eating, it would just improve my athleticism and power, but my aesthetic, my body fat wasn't really significantly changing. So instead, what I started doing is walking, because it takes more time, so you can do cardio without damaging your body at a level that it'll impair your lifting. And the best part of your day is extended. Instead of being 1 hour of gym, it's really 3 hours, because you're doing your pre-cardio, your walk to the gym. In my case, it's about an hour or 30 minutes or something like that. You gym, and then you walk back. So it's about an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours total. Depends if I jog it, walk it, and how many lifts we're doing that day. But overall, it's good. If you're on a vacation, this is a good habit to do, especially in the morning. And I'm seeing changes too, because I was at 160. The heaviest I got this semester, because I decided to eat a lot, was 167. 167 for my height. It's obese. Well, not obese, but like on the BMI scale, you're overweight. But I'm muscle, so I know I'm not overweight, but I don't have that much muscle where, like, I have muscle, But if you were to see my face at that weight, you'd be like, do you lift? Like if I have a big hoodie on, you'd be thinking if I work out or not. But if you see my traps, once I take off the sweater, you're like, oh yeah, this guy lifts. He's just a little bigger, maybe a little fluff. But now I'm under 160. I'm at 157 as of this morning, and that's after eating a meal, because I think yesterday I went on too deep of a caloric restriction or a cut that I couldn't sleep for more than 5 hours. So I woke up trying to go to bed, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just eat some chicken, some pozole. And I ate that. I don't know how much I ate. I didn't even track it because I was just that hungry. And within 5 minutes after eating what I had to eat, I had adenosine, or I don't know what it's called in your brain, but out of nowhere, I fell asleep instantaneously and had great sleep. Same thing happened last week when I ate a steak, I think, and it was on the same night too, on a Tuesday or Wednesday. My calories were too low that day, and I burned too much calories that day as well. And I woke up after 5 hours of sleep because my body was just ravenous with hunger. And I tried to will it out and go back to bed, but I couldn't go back to sleep. So I just ate a full-on steak, about 12 ounces in the morning. Didn't even feel stuffed, but it was enough to, get rid of the hunger. And then, boom, knocked out. Slept like a good 4 hours after that. And I hit PRs that day on squat, dip, weighted dips, and some other lifts. We're barely 17 minutes into this walk, and we still got a lot to go. What should we name this series? Walk with me. I'm just gonna do this every day. Hopefully it catches on. I can see somebody having breakfast over this fence. Gonna mind my business though. Oh yeah, so how will I know when I'll stop this cutting regime of walking and caloric restriction? Well, this is how I'll know when I'll need to stop and go back on maintenance and lean bulk. So I am going to analyze my face. So you can see my face, right? Maybe a little jawline here and there. It ain't fat, but it's not cut. Once I can see my cheekbones, and I got this hollow thing right here, that concavity, that contour, and good prominent jawline without trying to bite my masseter muscles. Once I get to that point, it's over. The cut will be over. And from then on, I'm gonna make a video and see if my life's changed based on a body compositional point of view. I just said a whole lot of nothing, but you get it. I used to wonder why old people would walk, but now I get why they walk. You're retired, you lived your life, your kids are out, you're widowed. What else do you have going for you? A pension? That's about it. So you gotta stay busy. And the best way to stay busy is to walk everywhere you go and do regular people things. When I was in Europe, we went to Slovakia, Hungary, Austria, Poland, Czech Republic, and Germany. We walked everywhere, and that opened my eyes to why the people over there are always so happy and slim. When I went over there weren't any obese people. And I'm not saying that obesity is bad, but it is bad for your health. And you don't want to be obese, because it'll affect your quality of life. Don't need to explain any more of that. And it's apparent when you go to a new society where everyone's happy, they got a couple with them. I mean, you know, a partner where they walk. Everyone's having lunch. They're having a good time in the town square. Here in the West, I mean, there's hardly any people walking where I am now. I'm the only guy that's walking today. Everyone else is driving. And that's why everyone's fat. You spend a lot of time driving, you never give your body a chance to move. You know, just walking outside and getting some sunlight, it'll change your perspective. I think a lot of people might be down because they don't get their heart rate up and the sun never touches their skin. It's very simple, but it really does have a big impact. And if you walk at least for 30 minutes to a place that you enjoy going, like the gym, it's 10 times better. You know, if I were to be walking to work, right, then it's not as fun. But I'm walking to the gym, so I'm getting my steps in, I'm outside in nature, and I know that when I get to the place I'm going, it's a place I enjoy. And I'll still have the energy to do my best. And then once I get out of there, I get to do this all over again. Walk back. But then there's a problem there. What happens after that? Go back to your regular day. Work. Doesn't matter. At least you got your steps in and you enjoyed part of your day. Well, I'm approaching the main street here. I'm gonna have to put my phone down so I don't get hit with the car and lose all my senses for my own safety. I just realized that even though I like talking, these monologues I have, I need to practice on keeping this concise. You know, don't you ever have those people in your life that they just talk too much? Like they could have just stopped one sentence short and you'd get the idea, but because they said one more sentence, it kind of gives off a bad vibe, or you just start to know that they talk just a little too much. It ain't good. Okay, we're coming up on the street, so I'm gonna put the phone down for a bit and cross. Hard worker. What would we do without hardworking men? Hardworking people in general. Shout out to everyone who works. You know, this first video is going to be 100% raw because if I leave it raw, there's more room for improvement on the next videos. Make it shorter with less dead time. But either way, there's a good view of the main street. Perfect. We're walking. Walk. Okay, we're back. We crossed the most dangerous part of our walk. And now we're in the second half of this daily trail. So those first 25 minutes was the first mile or something, mile and a half. This second part is a different type of walk. We're gonna have curves. We're gonna go through a construction zone for a new development area. I just found out that the new development zone is a shortcut. So it saves me about 15 minutes because I used to loop around to get to the gym. Now I just cut through this new area. I found a gap between this business shopping center where I can just hop through some dirt mounds, go by a fence, and get straight to the gym. Man, today I started this walk late, so I'm not gonna see the typical grandma that I see walking this part of the trail. Man, this grandma walks like she's in a race. Like she's a boss. Every step I take, she takes 3 steps. It's like, what the heck? Chill, grandma. What's the rush? But either way, see, we already got 27 minutes down of walking. You do this every day, and you eat the same thing, you're gonna lose weight. Now imagine if you count your calories and add a deficit to it, you're gonna lose weight quick. Real quick. So my goal weight that I'm aiming for of 150 flat, I think at that weight, if I lose it slow, my face and my body will be much leaner and ripped. If I do it slow. If I do it too fast, I might burn through muscle, and it's a skinny fat situation. So to prevent that, take it slow and lift heavy. A lot of time under tension too. This is my approach when I'm gonna lift today. So today I'm gonna do legs. I'm gonna do a lot of power work, so it's gonna be kind of a heavy load, lower reps, and then there'll be one set where I take the time to focus on the eccentric, take a long part of the rep on that, and then explode back up. And when you do eccentrics, it shouldn't be easy. It should be you're fighting during the eccentric. I found that if the eccentric is too easy, like the weight that you choose, if it's too easy, you're just wasting your time. An eccentric is useful when it's difficult and you're using all your force to fight against it, and then you have to give it just a little more effort to go back up. You see gymnasts when they do, planche push-ups or a planche, that's one of the hardest eccentrics you can imagine on your biceps and shoulders. When you're progressing to that, every set is difficult from the start. It doesn't progressively get difficult. It's difficult at the start, and it gets more difficult because of the exhaustion. That's how you want it to feel like when you're doing an eccentric squat. It's hard from the start, but it gets harder because you're getting more tired. It shouldn't be easy and then it gets hard because you feel a little fatigue. It should be hard in general. Hopefully the audio is good on this because there's a lot of cars. Not that much wind though. Comment down below, what's your current weight? What's your current weight and then your goal weight? With this walk that I'm doing to the gym and back, I get about 15,000 steps every day just from this routine. And then you add the walk, like to work or doing stuff around the house or business stuff, your dogs. You can easily get 20 to 25,000 steps a day. And that's over 1,000 calories burned just from walking, not diet. And you know, let me share something with you. I've noticed that I've been having bad sleep problems, like just sleeping 5 hours and waking up. And I think it's because I'm in too deep of a caloric cut. You know, I hit the number that the calculator suggests for me, but because I burn a lot of calories from walking, I have to eat more calories to hit the deficit I need to stay at. For example, my maintenance calories is about 2,600 calories. That's the maintenance. That's what I gotta eat every day to just stay at the same weight. My cutting calories is 2,100. So I need to eat 500 less to lose about 1 pound a week, 1 pound of fat. Now, if I just do it like that, I'm gonna lose weight good. But in my case, I'm doing that and walking. And because I walk every day around this amount of steps, I burn 1,000 extra calories. So if I eat my 2,100 and do my steps, it's no longer a 500 calorie deficit. It's more like 1,500. That's like burning 2 pounds of fat. I mean, that's burning a pound of fat in 2 days. That's too fast. And I noticed that this is too aggressive because my body's rejecting it. It's waking me up to eat. So what I'll do today, based on my anecdotal experience of having that steak in the morning helping me go to sleep, and the pozole I had this morning that helped me go to sleep, if I'm hungry by 5 p.m., I'm just gonna have a small protein and probably like a stick of butter. Just pure fat, because if I eat too much protein in the late at night, protein will keep you awake, and it gives you the metabolic effect of protein. It gives you energy. So too much at night, it'll be hard to sleep. So I'll just have to eat something that's extremely fatty, high fat, moderate to low protein ratio. And if I've hit my protein goals of the day by 5 o'clock, it just has to be fat, like a stick of butter. So that's the plan. We'll see how I feel after that. And yeah, I'll update you on my sleep tomorrow. So here's the shortcut. Usually I take this one route up the street, but today I'm gonna cross. So I just crossed the road because there's a shortcut here, new construction area. And it seems like the workers are working on it today. So I just have to walk by without disturbing their work. I'll do a better job next time keeping it at a high point of view, because this down angle ain't the best. Keep it here. $35 minutes already. This is gonna end up like a 50-minute walk. This walking routine ain't gonna last the whole year. I know it. It's just, I'm just taking advantage of the time I got and doing something that allows me to enjoy my nature. Well, enjoys nature in general. Okay. We got the workers here. Hopefully I don't get kicked out. Oh, there's people driving. Civilians driving through this road, so no biggie. Going to keep on walking. Look at this. New houses will be built here. Maybe I buy something new here. Nice. Look at that. All that space. I walked here. I went to the gym the other day, like evening time, and it was very dark. Scary. I couldn't see anything here. There's no lights, nothing. But got through it without tripping. Oh, I want to talk about something new too that happened to me. So last week I graduated from college. After 5 years. Not 5 years of school, just 5 years since I started. There was a break in those 5 years, but I realized you don't need a degree to make money. I've known this for a while, but it really hit once I got it. Like when I walked across the stage, I'm just like, dang, I didn't really need this to be where I am, but it did play a part on how I got to where I am today. So what I'll recap from that is I might have waited just a little longer to go to college. No, that's not the correct thing. I think it was just we need better education on the careers that are out there before we choose our career in college, for example. I would have known more about engineering or something in STEM. By the time I found out about those careers in college, I was like, maybe this is something I would do rather than what I'm studying right now. Yeah, that's the gist of it. Try STEM first. And if you don't like anything like that of STEM, do a general degree, something easier that, will give you leverage with your experience. At this point, my degree by itself, as much as that sucks to say, doesn't provide much value. It's not like some gender studies degree. Of course, it's not like that, but it's a science. Just not the highest of sciences like computer science. In fact, most of what you're going to learn to make money is on the field. On the field, right here. But when the day comes I get to use that degree, I'll be ready. But right now, I don't see myself using my college education to get a career or making me more money because I'm an entrepreneur right now. I'm not sure how having a degree is going to make you more money. Could I charge more? Yeah, but I can't charge more because I have a degree. Not in the type of business that I am. Because it doesn't, carry over as one might think. But anyway, this is a nice view. Is college worth it? I would say yes. It's really two tales. So the first half of college, I would say, is fun. Had way more friends at that time. Well, no. I did have more fun times in the first half. But I think that was due to the fact that I really didn't care about making money. I just wanted to have friends and hang out, and I met some good ones. But when I took that break, all my friends from the first half of my college experience, they were graduated and had jobs by the time I came back. So it's kind of felt like an outlier, not gonna say an outcast, but you know, the wrong generation. When I came back, I was with people that were much younger than me, just a few years, different stages of their life. When I came back, none of the people I knew from the first college experience were there. They were gone, so I had to start over. It wasn't the same, but either way, it was good. It was good. To be honest, it was a much better experience from being involved with faculty and making friends with some professors and mentors. That was much better than the first half. But in terms of hanging out, having fun, things that you do when you're in your earlier 20s, not much of it, because at this point I have obligations and responsibilities to attend, and I'm already deep in the making money thing, expanding the business. So my heart wasn't really in it to take a step back and be more of a kid again. We're almost at the gym. This is a shortcut, see? We're over the hill. Look at that. Nice. You know, and that's one of these walks, I'm really looking for that enlightenment moment in regards to where should I use my skill set next. Because this next year in the business that I'm currently been in for the last couple years, it makes good money, but my heart's not in it. I don't love what I do. I love that I get a lot of money and I can do things that I couldn't do before. But when people call me at this time of year, I'm just like, call somebody else. As much as I hate to say it, I'm just trying to take a break, because, man, it's not something I enjoyed doing like the first year I did it. Mostly due to physical exhaustion, day in and day out. So I just need to find that new creativity, invent it, and use my skill set on my next business venture, whatever that may be. It's gonna come, but sometimes you just can't rush things. It'll happen. To be honest, I think the main underlying problem with this whole what's the next thing is I have this problem where I don't want to settle for a typical average life. Like with the college degree thing. When I entered college, I was thinking, I want to be rich, and I wanted to be rich then. But I had no business experience or selling to customers, having clients, so I was more what's the word? I can imagine myself being content with having a regular job after college, 40, 60K, starting out, new grad job, all that, and build a career on it. I just don't see myself doing that. I see myself doing multiple six figures, millions, once I get the ball really going year round. Like this year we did good, but it's not good enough, as crazy as it is to say that. absurd. I'm kind of saying that because this year we did so well. Family is taken care of. Me, I had no money problems. Thank God. But even then, it's comfortable. And that kind of bugs me. Like, just being comfortable, it bugs me. It's in my blood. And I know it's in my blood because my sister is doing a big move for her life too. Because she doesn't want to be comfortable. Very proud that she's making this next step and doing something none of our family members have ever done. It's beyond college education. So I'm very proud, and I know she's gonna come out a greater person when I see her again after this whole big transition. But we're almost at the gym now. It's about 46 minutes. But yeah, that terms of the college thing and the enlightenment and the next big thing I gotta do, it's really, am I content? I don't want to be content. I just want to keep making more, keep doing more, keep growing, keep expanding, building my kingdom. That was cringe, but you get the idea. So yeah, we're at the gym now. I'm ending the video here.